To get me a guest for the final part of the show, I was fairly demanding. You know what? I wanted someone who has travelled extensively across Ukraine so we could talk about the missile hit on Poland last night. I wanted someone who had an insight into terrorism, who would discuss the MI5 warning today. Maybe even someone who was, I don't know, at school with Osama bin Laden. Then add into the mix, it would be really good if that person went on I'm A Celebrity. And what a team. They only went and delivered. This is a thrill to me. He doesn't believe me. Dom Joly, welcome to Jeremy Carl.
How are you doing? Thank you very much.
You said we met at an airport.
We did meet at an airport, weirdly, just after I came out of I'm A Celeb. It was a long time ago.
Was I nice to you?
You were actually quite nice, yeah.
Can I just say, because this is astonishing, but I actually don't want to talk about I'm A Celebrity. You went to school with Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, I did.
How?
Well, I grew up in Lebanon and I went to a British school, which weirdly was a Quaker school. And I was there for like 2 years and then the war really got bad. And so I got sent to boarding school here where I went to school with most of the current Tory cabinet, Radiohead, and I bullied Tim Henman, but that's another... But that's another story. And I went back to do a documentary. And when we got there, the crew said, you know, it'd be nice to go to your old school. And we got there and... basically, they didn't know we were filming. Headmistress comes down and starts screaming at us, what are you doing here? I go, I'm making a documentary. It all got a bit... And I said, look, to be honest, you know, no point getting upset. I'm probably your most famous old boy. And she went, really? I said, come on, who is? And she said, Osama bin Laden. And that was, honestly, the first moment I realised that when I was 6 and he was 18, we were at school together for a year.
That is, I'm not sure it's something to be proud about.
Well, I looked him up on Friends Reunited. Nothing. You know.
I love it.
But it's a Quaker school. I mean, the Quakers are pacifists.
So they went for... The pacifist Quakers went all the way from Darlington to Lebanon to set up a school.
Do you know what?
And Osama bin Laden
1860,
was there.
and the product was me and Osama bin Laden.
That's unbelievable,
so, yeah.
pal. It's interesting. Last night, as we left the studio, on a serious note, we were talking about that missile hit...
Yeah.
In Poland, and there was concern that it was from Russia. I think overnight that sort of ratcheted down and it's turned out to be Ukrainian. You visited many dangerous spots in your life. You're going back out to Ukraine. Tell us more about that.
Well, I don't want to talk about my charity work, but I do quite a lot for Save the Children because I did a lot of stuff with Syrian and Lebanese refugees because I grew up in Lebanon. And then they sent me to the Ukraine in 2016, and I went all the way down in the eastern part of the Ukraine. And at the time, that was a kind of secret war. There was a 100-mile... front line. It was like World War I. There was trench warfare going on. We had to sort of go fast through sniper alleys. But it was so weird. You were in this place that looked like Europe, but it was secret. And then, of course, since the whole thing has exploded even more, literally. And, yeah, I'm back off there in, well, I think in a month, actually.
What do you think about the Western world's response? You know, every day we see Zelensky saying we want more and more. We've got a cost of living crisis in this country. Have we done enough? Should we do more? Have we let down the Ukrainians?
I don't think we have let down the Ukrainians. I think it is really difficult because they're not NATO. I don't think you can commit us all to it. I think what is incredible about Ukraine is I think a lot of people we've got used to in Europe thinking, you know what, after World War II, we sorted everything out. It's never going to happen again. And, you know, these sort of wars only happen in weird places. And the fact that it is happening, I found that when I went to the Ukraine, it literally could be anywhere in Europe. It looks European. That's not important, but I think it does make you realise how quickly, and I grew up in a country that did the same thing, how quickly a country go from normal to just chaos.
But because it is European, I think it feels like it's a war that, although not on us, it could be on us and we should be part of it somehow. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
but I think the problem is you are dealing with nuclear powers. And so, you know, that's why everyone's trying to, like, step it down at the moment and who threw that stuff into Poland. Because you don't want to push it. Because I think Putin is in a sort of bunker syndrome at the moment. And, you know, I think he is the sort of guy... I mean, I don't know. I've never met him. But I think there is a possibility of them using something like a tactical nuclear weapon. And, of course, Russia's main thing all the time is always to say it wasn't us. It's like a false flag bomb, if that exists.
I think the Air Marshal made a really good point earlier, though, when he said, if they were going to attack Poland, it wouldn't have been a field, to be
No, exactly.
Just quickly overnight, Donald Trump, I'm going to stand again. Thoughts?
I mean, you know what, I'm in so two minds about Donald Trump because I loathe and hate everything he stands for, but also I literally cannot stop watching the news when he's on. So entertainment-wise, it's fantastic, but I think Ron DeSantis is probably going to take it because he's kind of like a sort of Trumpian without the madness. So it's going to be boring, but probably more stable. I'm interested in the fact that Ivanka has distanced herself. She put out a thing saying, much as she loves her dad, she's going to keep away from politics.
Very interesting. 7.5 minutes, my friends, until Piers Morgan is here with Cristiano Ronaldo. But I am here with Dom Joly. And let me tell you, this is far more exciting. Before we talk about Western Supermare, let's talk about I'm A Celebrity, get me out of here.
Yeah.
It's all about Matt Hancock, sort of several campmates getting, you know, hacked off. One gets that feeling.
Yeah.
Good signing for ITV. Do you reckon, Matt Hancock?
Firstly, dream signing. Like,
Yeah.
it's amazing. I mean, weirdly, they don't have the big American celeb. They don't have anyone too controversial, so it is the big signing. There's several elements of it. Firstly, you can see people are getting a bit annoyed that he's constantly getting every single task. At the beginning, it's funny, but after a bit, it just gets boring. To his credit, he's doing well. He's working hard and stuff, but...
He's got nothing to lose, though, has he?
No, and from my point of view, he's just done SAS Survivor. He's done this. He's a working MP, shouldn't be there. And the main problem I have with him is I think he's a sociopath. I don't believe him. He's quite dull. He's quite sensible. He seems to work hard. But the fact that he was in charge of COVID is terrible. But the fact that he said he went in there to talk about dyslexia, hello, have we heard that? So I think it's crocodile tears, and but he's third favourite to win.
Well, actually, your favourite's not Jill Scott, the Lioness, 65.
I called that first day.
Why? How?
I don't know. I just love her.
When you're in the jungle, as you were, a series turned alongside Alison Hammond, Gillian McKeith.
I was there for that, yeah.
Could you have called that day one then?
I called it. We all called it day one, because Stacey Solomon was literally the dream. You know, it's like Pygmalion girl, so sweet, everyone's going to like her. And actually, it was brilliant, because it took the competitiveness out, and we didn't dislike her. Then there was a bit of a toss-up. I fancied myself at the beginning, but then I thought I couldn't control myself, and I lost it towards the end. I think Sean Ryder was always a shoe-in for 2. So it was a fight between me and Jenny Eclair.
What did it do?
What did
it do? Yeah. What did it do for you? Was it a fan? I mean, people say, but you know,
nothing for me at all. I didn't do it for that. I mean, genuinely, like,
as an experience.
If it had done something for me, I'd have loved it. But I just can't say no to things, and I've watched that show.
Is that why you're here tonight?
Forever. Yes, pretty much.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
No, I'm loving it. Well, I'm here just to upstage Piers, obviously.
Well, he's
I've just had to walk down a corridor of Piers Morgan's greatest photo op.
Did you see a photo of me? Not at all.
No, not at all.
5 minutes and 40 seconds until Piers Morgan is here was that world exclusive, Cristiano Ronaldo. They said to me, talk to him about, well, have you heard about this? Football kits have been labelled as sexist as they're designed for men. Your thoughts quickly?
I'm not into football.
It's a really good answer. You and I both share a great love of a certain town, Weston-super-Mare.
Yeah.
This is brilliant to finish.
Did you really live there?
Nearby with my parents.
Because it's for a start, it produced Jeffrey Archer.
It did.
And John Cleese.
But I'm not sure whether that's... Never mind.
Yeah.
This is brilliant, people. You've got a show there tonight. The weekend.
So I've been touring this tour because it got COVID delayed and stuff. It's called Holiday Snaps, and it's about my travel in weird places and stuff. And it's literally because of the COVID delay, I've done 183 shows, and this is my final show, the 184th.
Amazing.
And where else to finish but Weston-super-Mare? Now, the problem...
Listen to this, it's
I'm
brilliant.
actually banned from Weston-super-Mare.
Why?
I was filming something really small with, just one crew, one camera crew and stuff, very small in the town, and it was just very weird. One guy walked around the corner, a Weston-super-Marian, grabbed the boom and said, an electric squirrel, and we had to sort of cut him off it, really. And then 2 more people came around the corner and said, is this the new Indiana Jones film? And refused to believe it. So I just wrote...
I think this explains an awful lot about Weston-super-Mare.
So I just wrote a column saying it's quite a weird place. And the mayor went a bit crazy. They burnt an effigy of me. They had a slug race in which they named every single slug after me. And then I'm now banned from the town. So
But you've got a gig there. Are you expecting anybody to turn up?
I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be either the best or the worst.
Which place are you playing at Weston-super-Mare? You don't even know
Blake
where.
Hay Theatre.
Blake Hay Theatre.
Boom.
So, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
He's going, but actually nobody could turn up.
I fear no danger.
What are you
that'd be like the rest of the tour. It'd be absolutely fine.
You could literally turn up and there would be nobody there.
Well, the irony is that the whole tour is about, where's the strangest place you've been? The Congo, monster hunting, North Korea, skiing in Iran, but... Weston-super-Mare is pretty close, to be honest.
An absolute pleasure,
Thank you
Dom
so much.
Joly. Thank you so
Good luck
much. And
with
if
this.
you are
You're way better than Piers Morgan, I can do that straight away.
Great.